not truly expecting a baby. The truth about Meghan and Harry's alleged children is slowly revealed as their convoluted and disorganized stories unfold. Welcome to our Princess Diana News channel, where we keep you informed with the latest updates in a friendly and welcoming environment. One significant aspect I would like to inquire further about Meghan's purported 3 pregnancies, apart from the ones previously discussed, pertains to her age and experiencing a pregnancy at an advanced maternal age. To begin with, multiple sources have verified that Meghan was born in 1997. This implies that Harry and she tied the knot when she had reached the age of 41. Scientific evidence demonstrates a significant decline in a woman's fertility after the age of 35. The age of 35 is commonly recognized as being classified as a geriatric pregnancy. When women reach the age of 40, only 1 out of every 10 is likely to be capable of conceiving while they are menstruating. Based on the birth schedule stated, it can be inferred that the child was likely conceived in July 1998. The average duration of a menstrual cycle for women is approximately 28 days. If Meghan's menstrual cycle was highly consistent, unlike most older mothers, she would have had approximately 4 opportunities to become pregnant. A fascinating fact to note is that females possess all the eggs they will ever produce throughout their entire lives. From 30 years onward, there is a notable decline in a woman's remaining egg count. The ACOG states that, on average, approximately 4 out of every 100 healthy couples in their 20s and early 30s will conceive in one menstrual cycle. By the time they reach the age of 40, only 10% of people remain. Let's assume Meghan and Harry were extremely fortunate in their circumstances. They successfully defied the odds. They became pregnant within the initial 4 months of their marriage. We must also place our trust in the fact that Meghan did not experience a miscarriage or encounter any health complications associated with her pregnancy at an older age. Furthermore, it is fortunate that her child did not face any developmental issues such as Down syndrome. According to reports, their son is believed to have been born on May 6, 2019. Meghan must have become pregnant around February 2021, as she unfortunately experienced a miscarriage in June when she was approximately 3 months into her pregnancy. Miscarriages are a common occurrence among older women. At the time she was said to have suffered a miscarriage, Meghan's age would have been no less than 42 years. During my research, I came across a fascinating fact that caught my attention. As stated in Harry's book, he personally laid the baby's remains to rest in an undisclosed location known only to a select few. That is classified as waste related to medical matters. They have no intention of taking such an action. I had a close friend who experienced a miscarriage during the same period when Meghan is said to have gone through the same situation. The hospital presented her with an option. They offered to handle the remains, or to ensure they were prepared for adoption. However, they had no intention of giving her the fetus they had extracted from her body and placing it in a container for her. The very idea is utterly absurd. Numerous commemorative gardens exist for infants who were stillborn or miscarried. I believe that in the majority of U.S. states, U.S.it is forbidden to inter remains in a concealed and undisclosed location. Harry and Meghan treated the baby as if it was no different from a beloved pet dog that had recently passed away. To be honest, the entire narrative was incredibly strange and mildly unsettling. Okay, moving on to the 3rd pregnancy. Once again, what incredible luck they had. Miraculously, they managed to time the conception of their child perfectly, allowing them to coincide the birth announcement with Valentine's Day in 2021, the very same day Princess Di revealed her pregnancy with Harry. Okay, to summarize, it is believed that Invisibed was established in June 2021, suggesting Meghan was approximately 44 years old at the time and likely became pregnant in February 2021. 3 months following the alleged miscarriage she had previously. Once again, the usual challenges associated with pregnancy in older individuals do not arise. One important piece of information I want to ensure you all understand is that creating a counterfeit birth certificate in the United States is remarkably simple. Meghan seems to defy logic as all her high school classmates have reached the age of 44, yet she herself remains an exception. Certainly, she was not a prodigious youngster who effortlessly bypassed 4 years of schooling. Josh Silverstein was the individual whom she had her inaugural kiss with during their time at camp. He mentioned that they both shared the same birth year of 1977. Considering Meghan's track record of dishonesty, it would be highly imprudent to trust her statements. Additionally, overlooking the peculiar circumstances surrounding the birth certificates, hospital changes, manipulated christening photos, and absence of genuine pictures of her 2 children only reinforces our doubts further. They were extremely fortunate to experience 3 successful pregnancies in a 3-year span and miraculously deliver 2 healthy children, despite the mother being in her advanced age. If there are any errors in my calculations, kindly inform me in the comments. I'm also in the process of finding a solution to this. As you are aware, I remain unconvinced of the authenticity of these children. Upon observing the data and statistics, my conviction regarding the peculiarity of this narrative only intensifies. Therefore, for the time being, the responsibility falls on you to further deliberate on this matter. Recently, I have had the pleasure of expressing my gratitude to you for your valuable and perceptive remarks, something I thoroughly enjoy. In this video, my purpose is to discuss the feedback you provided in the previous video entitled Sussex, an Unprecedented Situation. Catherine ripped Harry and Meghan into separate parts. For those who haven't watched it yet, here's a concise recap. I was discussing the news of Catherine, Princess of Wales, allegedly creating some distance between herself and Harry and Meghan. Catherine and Harry reached a critical moment when Harry uttered derogatory comments aimed at her within his recollection. During this crisis, Angela Kelly, an expert, voices her criticism towards the royal family's deficiency in providing ethical guidance. According to Kelly, the Sussexes gained advantage by taking advantage of the deference the royal family relied on. Furthermore, she discusses the critiques surrounding Harry and Meghan's participation in charitable endeavors. Their potential threat to the royal family is a matter of concern. In general, the remarks indicate a prevalent feeling of doubt and concern regarding Harry and Meghan's involvement in the royal family and the management of the crisis by the royal household. Now, let's examine the points you raised. The initial feedback is provided by user HK. Ultimately, the monarchy will remain intact after everything is concluded. May the king live forever. Brief, concise, and straightforward. I share the same sentiment and fully agree with this wonderful comment. Regardless of any actions taken by Harry and Meghan, the monarchy will remain intact and unaffected. The institution has successfully navigated through challenges much more challenging than those faced by Harry and Meghan. There is nothing noteworthy about this. The subsequent comment comes from an individual named Sue Clark. The enduring nature of the long game is evident as it continues to persist unabated. The rope that Meghan received from the Queen was exceptionally lengthy as well. After multiple lengthy years, it appears that it is finally yielding favorable outcomes. However, it definitely provided Meghan ample time and chances to cause harm during the interim. It appeared that Meghan was the one in control, while the royal family seemed reluctant to yield. Sue, you bring up a valid observation that it is wiser for them to remain quiet instead of taking impulsive actions. Karen, it is important to understand that the decision to revoke Harry and Meghan Markle's titles rests with the British government, not solely with the King. Instead of targeting King Charles with relentless abuse, focus your criticism towards the government. Karen is once again presenting a compelling argument. The responsibility lies with the Parliament as it is their duty, and the King lacks the authority to enact it solely. This is the Parliament we're talking about, let's be serious. Okay, let's move on to Susan's next comment. I highly concur with Angela Kelly's viewpoint. There is now concern regarding the availability of a monarch for William to ascend the throne. It is regrettable. It is truly unfortunate. In my opinion, the monarchy is likely to endure. I strongly believe that William has the potential to ascend as the rightful king. However, I do share your agreement with Angela Kelly. The royal family's initial involvement would have been wiser had they handled the situation independently. Now, we will hear a statement from Denise Campbell. Engaging in a heated conflict with the Harkles towards the end of her life would have had negative consequences for the Queen's well-being. She insinuated that the memories had divergent perspectives, implying their dishonesty. Lady Susan's response was impulsive and reflexive. William was en route to the United States with a strong desire to swiftly resolve the issue. They came to the realization that giving a rushed reply was incorrect, and they welcomed her back into the group. I believe that the moment Harry and his wife departed permanently, their titles should have been temporarily suspended. In relation to the invisible children, they should have only been granted their titles if they were willing to serve as members of the royal family. Following the verification of their DNA tests, Harry and his spouse assumed their titles upon reaching adulthood. They did not receive them. The accurate information must be incorporated into the royal website for updating purposes. They do not endorse the concept of a monarchy. This point is highly commendable. We all witnessed their action together. Those titles were not bestowed upon them. For reasons unknown, the king permitted the taking and thievery of those belongings. I believe that was not the correct decision. Regardless, we should provide him with an opportunity and observe the ensuing events. The wedding date was likely moved forward due to speculation that Markle was expecting a baby, as Barbara asserted. The common fib she tells. After placing the ring on her talon, she informed them that she had suffered a miscarriage. Incredible, considering she underwent a hysterectomy in her 20s. Certainly, Meghan Markle possesses an enchanting quality, don't you think? In other words, she engages in a musical exchange with the seals by serenading them, and they respond in kind. Therefore, the fact that she underwent a hysterectomy should not necessarily prevent her from becoming pregnant in the future, correct? Please note that I am merely making a humorous remark. I appreciate your comment, Barbara. Joan expresses her frustration in not yet seeing an apology publicly given to Lady Susan Hussey, who was unfairly blamed by her own godson for simply asking a harmless question. After dedicating years of service, it was incredibly unjust how they treated her. I agree that a public apology is due to her. Next, Karen Lee shares her viewpoint. If, against all odds, Harry were to become the ruler, it would bring about the ultimate demise of the monarchy. To be completely honest, the thought of going there is truly unappealing to me. You are correct, it would signify the demise of the monarchy. I believe we can all be reassured that this will never occur. Once again, I express my profound gratitude to each and every one of you for tuning in and engaging in discussions regarding this matter. Don't forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends before you leave, as you always do. Furthermore, kindly remember to subscribe in order to receive further updates from the Princess Diana News channel. I want to express my gratitude for your time spent here. Farewell, and I will return to connect with you later this evening.